Now in 4 News Now at 6, in the face of rising drug use and overdoses, the mayor of Spokane declaring a state of emergency. How the city plans to crack down on drug dealers and help people get clean.
And I'm tracking a huge warm-up on the way. We'll show you how fast things will be heating up around here in your First Alert forecast.
Plus, a Spokane middle school will be closing its doors for good. What families need to know and how it's helping students make the transition tonight at 6:30. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
It's taking the lives of our loved ones and neighbors. It's impacting our businesses and livelihoods. And today we're taking action.
Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown declares a state of emergency over the rampant abuse of opioids on the streets of the Lilac City. While drug use takes place all over the city, the area of 2nd and Division, the gateway for many entering downtown Spokane, is considered ground zero for this. Thanks for joining us. I'm Derek Dice.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Drugs like fentanyl are so strong, even the smallest amount can cause an overdose. According to the fire department, overdoses in Spokane County have gone up 83% since 2019. Mayor Lisa Brown's emergency declaration unlocks millions of dollars to fight this crisis, to try and bring those numbers down.
We have team coverage tonight on how this money will be used, plus the impact the drug crisis is having on nearby businesses. We begin with Bronte Saratsky, who breaks down the mayor's plan to better connect users to the services they need to get clean.
Derek, Kirsten, 3 months ago, drug service providers and members of the community asked the city to declare a state of emergency over its fentanyl crisis. Now, with more data, Mayor Lisa Brown says the time to act on this is now.
That data made it clear this has risen to the level of an emergency, a crisis.
In Spokane, overdoses have shot up by 30% in just the last year. It's a crisis that's only gotten worse, especially at 2nd and Division. Mayor Lisa Brown's emergency declaration is set to open up more resources to get this crisis under control. First, opening up funds and setting up contracts, allowing the empty former Cannon Street shelter to become a temporary transition center.
A lot of it is really about just the stabilization that comes with being in a secure place with a roof over your head, and then beginning the process to engage other providers about where they might be able to go for more longer-term solutions.
It also lets nonprofits, law enforcement, emergency responders, and service providers respond to this crisis together, allowing Spokane Treatment and Recovery Services to focus their CAR 50 program, which safely transports those under the influence of drugs to needed treatment, to just 2nd and Division for the time being.
I think that's a service that's needed badly in the community right now, a place for people that are acute or currently intoxicated need a place to go.
Spokane Police also gearing up to add more patrols in the area, working alongside state and federal law enforcement to get these drugs off of Spokane streets in the first place. Now, Mayor Lisa Brown says this is all set to start going into effect immediately, and she hopes that she can start seeing some changes here in the area of 2nd and Division within a few weeks. Reporting live in Spokane, Bronte Saratsky, 4 News Now.
All right, Bronte, thank you so much. Continuing our team coverage now, Hunter Bertram joins us now live outside of Compassionate Addiction Treatment, where he spoke with its staff earlier about the state of that area. Hunter?
Yeah, Derek, broken, sad, and hopeless were the words said to me by one employee who asked to administer Narcan multiple times a day, every day, with the hopes of saving a life during an overdose. This treatment center is located next to 2nd and Division, the area where many people spend their time getting high. They tell me its staff spends the majority of the day racing to overdoses with Narcan. One of its founders said over the years she's seen this area get drastically worse.
I used to say heroin was the worst thing that ever happened. Now I would say I wish heroin would come back and fentanyl would go away. And I never imagined that I would think that type of thing because so many folks were dying from heroin.
Hallie holds out hope as she believes this new declaration will enable safer streets and more access to Narcan as they frequently run out of it. Coming up at 6:30, one woman I spoke with today overdosed 3 times and says this declaration will save lives. Hear her story, plus why this comes at such a crucial time for this community. Live in downtown Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Hunter. And it's not just local officials trying to help get people clean. Recently, the state of Washington launched a new program designed to expand access to medications that help reduce opioid dependence. Health officials say these drugs help cut overdose death rates in half, but are underutilized by care professionals. One reason for this was because of federal regulations, and that is no longer the case since the DEA lowered barriers for healthcare workers to prescribe these kinds of medications.
Well, some breaking news out of Douglas County. Level 2 evacuations are in place for anyone living in the Batterman Hill and Saunders Road area in East Wenatchee due to a wildfire. That means be ready to leave at a moment's notice. The sheriff's office says the fire is burning near 4th and Webb, just east of Pangbourne Airport. This is a developing story, and we will update you as we learn more.
Well, it is soon going to start feeling a whole lot more like summer across the inland Northwest.
Yeah, there's a major warm-up on the way. Let's send it over to Matt Gray in for Chris Crocker to see just how hot it's going to get.
Well, this will be the hottest weather so far this year, Derek and Kirsten, and it is going to come on quickly. We are in the upper 60s today. I expect fairly similar conditions tomorrow, just a little sunnier, and then things really start to take off. This white line you see is our average high, which is about 71 degrees or so at this point in the month of June. We're going to go way above that. In fact, likely to get close to 20 degrees above that by Saturday, where we have a really good shot at seeing our first 90-degree day of the year. So summer conditions, they're coming, and they're coming pretty fast. And it does look like we are going to be sticking around with the warm weather for the extended period as well. And we'll talk about that in my full forecast. But let's begin here with some cooler weather that, well, considering what's coming, you should probably enjoy for the time being. We're in the mid-60s in Spokane. We're in the low 60s in Coeur d'Alene. The rain this morning has largely all but cleared out, and the skies are clear for what should setting up to be a beautiful evening. Temperatures will fall into the 50s as the sun sets, and we're set up for a really nice night. This will likely be one of the last nights and mornings tomorrow morning that you will maybe you get to put on that hooded sweatshirt, the extra layer with the warmth on the way, as we'll still see some mid-30s in parts of northern Washington and the North Idaho Panhandle. We'll see mid and upper 40s around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene to start the day. So how long is this warm weather going to last? Are we basically starting summer early? We'll answer that question coming up.
All right, Matt, thank you. Lime scooters and e-bikes will soon be returning to the streets of Spokane. Last night, the City Council approved a new 2-year contract with the company. The agreement includes emphasis on proper parking and a plan to recover scooters that end up in the Spokane River.
And if you're looking to rent something with a little more horsepower, you can now rent an electric car. Gonzaga University partnered with the company Zev Co-op and Avista to bring the rideshare program to Spokane. Right now, there are cars behind the university's sustainability office on Sharp Avenue, and the goal is to provide better access to clean and low-cost forms of transportation.
They're members of our community and really members across the state or citizens across the state that may not have access to a personal vehicle. And I think most of us probably take that for granted.
Well, here's how it works. By using their app, you can reserve the car and you'd pay an hourly fee for using it. As of now, only one car is available, but we are told another one is on the way. The Biden administration is cracking down on border crossings.
We break down the new rules allowing border agents to turn migrants away. And millions are struggling to save for retirement because of student loan debt. Tips on paying off your debt while making sure you're set for the future tonight at 6:30.
Plus, a push to prevent algorithms from targeting children on social media. How this first-of-its-kind bill in New York is meant to keep kids safe. Those stories and more on 4 News Now at 6.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Save your greed!
Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features upcoming MMA stars battling it out for their next big ticket fight. King of the Cage, live at Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, June 13th.
Winning is just the beginning.
Every food you love is good food. And the foods we love, they're all a little different. At Yolks, we believe food is meant to be made just the way you like it. So whether it's filling you up, or giving you comfort, or trying something new, it's all good if you're making something you love. Whatever you're into, we've got you at Yolks Fresh Market.
Think I'm gonna go with a 9-iron.
I'd suggest a 7.
No.
Oh. Did you know that if a bird picks up your ball, you gotta follow it? Oh, there it is. I think it's to the right.
Nah.
Is this it?
Nope, not it.
More! Can I be frank? At STCU, we're always here to advise and consult, even if you want to go at it your own way.
Let's see what you've got, Frank. I think we should talk.
STCU Business. Partner up.
What does RV stand for? Recreational vehicle or ruined vacation? At Click It RV, we want you to have a fun, safe camping experience. So for the month of June, get to any Click It RV store and get a professional propane leak test, tire pressure check, wheel bearings, roof, slide and battery test. And all inspections are free because we want you and yours to have a safe camping season. Thinking of upgrading? Check out the used selection of new and used top brands like Grand Design, Rockwood, Flagstaff, Winnebago, and more. So get to a Click It RV store near you for a free inspection and keep your family safe.
My name is Pam, and I've lived in Libby for about 25 years. I came here to CARD in 2015. I was diagnosed with asbestos-related disease. CARD is here for a reason, and that is to help the people of Libby.
Have you worked or enjoyed the outdoors in Lincoln County before 2014? You may have been exposed to harmful Libby amphibole asbestos. Contact us today for a free screening.
It's the Coeur d'Alene Casino's $257,000 trucks and boatloads of winning giveaway. On June 29th, play to win extra play cash and this new 2024 Chevy Colorado Trail Boss grand prize.
Winning is just the beginning.
Welcome back. Lawmakers in New York could soon pass a first-of-its-kind law meant to better protect kids online.
ABC's Lionel Moise explains how it works.
This morning, lawmakers in New York are set to propose a first-of-its-kind law to regulate social media feeds for kids under 18. Multiple reports say the bill would ban social media companies from using algorithms to curate what minors see. Algorithms critics say can show violent and sexually explicit content.
They're dealing with the negative effects on mental health that is driven by social media and the addictive algorithms that bombard users, creating literally addictions.
The measure would instead force apps to show content in chronological order to users under 18. It would also ban apps from sending alerts to children between midnight and 6 a.m. unless their parents opt in, and it would prohibit selling their data.
We're saying enough is enough.
The proposal is likely to face legal challenges amid free speech concerns. Regulating social media companies has been at the forefront nationwide. The state of Utah just yesterday sued TikTok over what officials claim are virtual strip clubs. The lawsuit claims the app's TikTok Live feature leads to the sexual solicitation and exploitation of minors. Users are able to gift virtual currency to live streamers, which critics say could allow adults to engage with minors for illicit acts.
And what we have found is kids are very susceptible to performing those acts and to receiving gifts.
TikTok insists it has policies in place to protect children. The Surgeon General has warned about the harmful effects of social media on kids' mental health. As for that proposal in New York, the first vote could come this week. Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.
Well, Eastern Washington University is receiving grant funding from Google to help provide cybersecurity protections for under-resourced organizations. EWU was awarded $1 million as part of Google's Cybersecurity Clinics Fund. Students in the clinic will learn skills related to cybersecurity and AI while helping protect rural areas, local businesses, hospitals, and schools from cyber attacks.
After a rainy start to the day, rain's pretty much cleared out on radar, and it is going to be quite a while before we have a chance for some rain once again around the inland northwest. We'll show you our one opportunity over the next few days, because there may not be more in your extended forecast. Coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by STCU Business. Partner up.
Things just keep getting better at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Our all-new 175-room resort hotel is opening soon. Elevate your experience with luxurious accommodations, state-of-the-art amenities, and exquisite dining. Visit SpokaneTribeCasino.com for more details. You just win here.
The Gamma Knife we have here in Spokane is the state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line Gamma Knife that is available in the world.
The brain is high-priced real estate. It's very important for cognition, physical function. You only want to hit the tumor and give very, very little dose to the surrounding brain.
It's the only machine capable of delivering this type of precision and with almost no interruption in any of the other treatments that they need.
Not only is this the best radiation technology, but it's delivered by a caring team of professionals who have been doing this for decades.
Take advantage of the tax credits you can, including the annual Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. You can get money back on state taxes already paid. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
What can we make for you today from the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana?
We're the advocates.
And we go to court.
The insurance companies take us seriously.
Because we go to court.
And if they don't offer you a settlement you deserve, they know.
We'll go to court.
So if you or a loved one are seriously injured in a crash,
call us.
Oh, I thought for sure he was going to say.
We go to court.
There it is.
We're the advocates. And we go to court. Injured? You deserve an advocate.
Catch all the action at Caesar Sportsbook, located inside Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, the area's largest sportsbook. Bet your favorite games live as they happen with in-play betting, or place bets ahead of time with the Bet Ahead feature. Only at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. You just win here.
Spokane's Underhill Park could soon be home to 2 new basketball courts and a pair of pickleball courts. The Spokane Park Board will vote on a contract to rebuild what it calls aged and partially out of service sports courts in the park in East Central Spokane. The plan also calls for a new sidewalk along East Hartson. The project is set to cost just over $600,000. Might be a good time to start working on your hoops or your pickleball because we're done with the rain.
That's right. Summer is on the way, and Matt Gray has more on our temperatures that are really heating up over the next few days.
Really going to be heating up. So if you're like me and maybe you like this kind of temperature range, we're in those 60s, 70s, you better enjoy it now because it ain't going to be hanging around for much longer. 4 things to know about your weather. Waving goodbye to the rain, to the wind, and the overall wetter and cooler weather pattern that we've seen by and large for the last 3 odd weeks or so. We will have one last kind of cool night before we end up seeing that much warmer weather later on in the week. If you don't hit the 80s on Thursday, you'll hit them by Friday, and then we're going to stay there for a little while. So let's talk about the current weather situation. We've got some strong jet stream winds coming over us right now. You can probably tell because things are a little windy out there, and a storm system coming in as well. And we're basically on the tail end of that storm right now, and that's going to open the door for all this heat and warmth that's been lingering to our south to start to make a little bit of a northward push. And that's exactly what we see as we head into Wednesday. We are going to see clear blue skies. It's going to be a wonderful day. But as that high pressure and that heat sticks around longer and longer day by day, we keep building and building and building that heat. And as we get into Friday, there's a much stronger push of that high to the north, even into British Columbia. And that's when we're going to see those really warm temperatures, those upper 80s and those low 90s start to work their way into the forecast. However, this is where there's a potential for at least a little bit of change, and one that you need to pay attention to for the second half of the weekend. There's going to be a little system that tries to push its way in that'll drop temperatures for Sunday, but may also bring in enough moisture for us to see some thunderstorms on Sunday afternoon. Now, for now, we're just going to say, hey, keep an eye on this, wait and see. I think in a day or 3, we're going to have a much better idea of how things are going to go down for your Sunday afternoon forecast. But hey, Saturday's going to be hot and warm, and well, that system gets out here very quickly, and we're back in high pressure, and we stay with these warm summer-like temperatures into next week. We look 10 days from now, still really good odds that we're going to be quite warm across the Pacific Northwest. We go to 2 full weeks from now, and that's when things perhaps will start to calm back down a little bit. But it's pretty likely we're going to end up with a very long streak of 80-degree or warmer days here, which is, at least for the start of June, about 10 degrees above normal. So long stretch of warmth, definitely going to feel like summer in just a couple of days, and will for a long time. So for tomorrow, really just a picture-perfect day. Temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s. Sunshine, really just some beautiful conditions. We will see some warm spots already into the mid-70s. So Moses Lake, Omak, Ritzville, the LC Valley getting into the upper 70s. And so you can already see in some of those lower elevations, things starting to heat up a little bit. And we will all join in on the fun sooner rather than later. So I think the one day to watch, especially for things as far as talking about just super warm stuff, that's going to be Saturday, because it would be right on that line right now. Just looking at all the weather data, right on that line of whether or not we're going to hit our first 90 of the year.
Wow. All right, man. Everybody's been wondering when summer is going to be here. Looks like it's coming. And while we're still seeing rain here in the inland Northwest, at least today and yesterday, other parts of the U.S. are already dealing with massive wildfires.
It's important to start talking about. In San Francisco's East Bay, crews are battling this fire that started yesterday and not far away. The Corral Fire, burning more than 20 square miles, forcing families to evacuate.
They left with the clothes on their back. And so...
and came home to nothing.
Came home to nothing.
These fires are happening ahead of a record-breaking early season heat wave in parts of the West. Parts of California, Arizona, and Nevada could see temperatures reach 110 degrees this week. Nationwide weather experts predict a 61% chance of this summer being the hottest on record.
And ahead of the start of the wildfire season here, Spokane Tribal Police announced no one is allowed to light fireworks on all tribal lands. Anyone caught doing so can face up to 30 days in jail plus a $500 fine. For tips on what you and your family can do now to prepare for wildfire season, including how to create a wildfire action plan, head to KXLY.com/firewatch.
Still ahead, Pride Prep is closing its doors for good because of low enrollment. What this means for the students and teachers after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now and STCU are teaming up to highlight and congratulate high school and college graduates. Send us a photo of your senior, and 10 lucky students will be chosen to win a $50 gift card from STCU. Enter your senior photo today at KXLY.com.
Drugs like Ozempic. So many people are using them or want to use them. If you're on these drugs, what should you eat to get the protein you need? How can they help with your heart health? And what's the best plan after hitting your goal weight? This week, GMA with the science behind it all for you.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction. Some bath remodels just cover up water damage. Fact. Bathfitter inspects and cleans your current tub area, and we make any necessary repairs before installing our product for a watertight fit. Bathfitter installations are built to last, with a lifetime warranty to fit your expectations. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Lyman. I'm an orthopedic surgeon, and my entire practice is dedicated to taking care of patients with knee problems. From ACL and meniscus tears to total knee replacements, I want to make sure you're ready for life's adventures. I'm here to help you master your knee pain and regain your active lifestyle. Visit me at the Orthopedic Sports Institute's new state-of-the-art surgery center in Hayden. Ready to take the first step? Call for a consultation today and let me help guide you to a pain-free future.
Call or click today and set up your consultation with Orthopedic Sports Institute.
Kick off your summer with an unbeatable deal from Pape Machinery. For a limited time, take home a John Deere 1023E compact utility tractor with a 120E loader for just $199 per month. Customize the tractor of your dreams with hundreds of in-stock implements, all available at great prices. Don't miss out on this opportunity to transform your property's potential at an unbeatable value. Visit your local Pape Machinery Ag and Turf store today. Offer ends soon.
Hi, I'm Martita, award-winning interior designer and realtor, and I always stop by Consign Furniture and Jewelry first. For my interior design projects, there is inspiration everywhere. One-of-a-kind, budget-friendly pieces, all in 60,000 square feet. For my real estate clients, whether they want to buy or sell, I always encourage them to consign. They do all the heavy lifting while you sit back, relax, and collect your check. Consign Furniture and Jewelry. Smart way to buy, easy way to sell.
Save your greed!
Around the nation, a major change in policy is coming to the southern border. Today, President Biden announcing an executive action capping the number of migrants who can claim asylum at the border.
It comes as a source tells ABC News in recent weeks, Border Patrol is seeing an average of 3,500 apprehensions a day. ABC's Perry Russum breaks down the plan.
Under the new southern border policy, after 7 days in a row of more than 2,500 Border Patrol apprehensions, migrants claiming asylum would be turned away. The U.S. would only start accepting migrants claiming asylum again after there's been 14 days in a row of 1,500 apprehensions or less. There are exceptions for children crossing alone.
But if an individual chooses not to use our legal pathways, if they choose to come without permission and against the law, they'll be restricted from receiving asylum and staying in the United States.
The plan only applies to unscheduled arrivals at the border. Migrants who make an appointment can still claim asylum. Senate Republicans slamming Biden's timing.
Why didn't you do this in 2021? Why didn't you do this in 2022?
It's a little late.
This is a conversion based on the proximity of the next election.
In February, there was a bipartisan deal in place addressing border security, but then Republicans rejected it at the urging of former President Trump.
The Republicans are more concerned about keeping this as a campaign issue than they are about governing and solutions.
The border is a hallmark campaign issue for Trump.
Who the hell would keep an open border? Who on earth can want open borders? We're going to end all of that stuff.
Some Democrats warn Biden's plan could backfire.
Being tough on the border, harsh enforcement policies, it's a mistake that Democrats make way too often.
A spokesperson for the ACLU says they will sue, saying this puts thousands of lives at risk. The White House says the Department of Justice will be ready to defend against any litigation. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Another AT&T outage left customers in a dozen states, including Washington, in the dark. For hours, customers could not make or receive calls to anyone on another carrier. AT&T says the issue has now been fixed. This outage does come just a few months after a massive outage that knocked out service for nearly 12 hours back in February.
Well, one of the greatest players in WSU history has a chance to be among the college football greats.
The big names on the College Football Hall of Fame ballot coming up later in sports. And Spokane Middle School is shutting down. What Pride Prep is doing to help the roughly 90 students transition to a new school.
Brokenness, hopelessness, you know, there's multiple overdoses almost every day.
The mayor of Spokane announced several new initiatives to combat the city's opioid crisis, while one former addict thinks the city's new plan will lead to more people getting clean. Next on 4 News Now at 6:30.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Arby's Deluxe Burger. Have you ever seen such a well-crafted burger? Oh, Arby's Big Cheesy Bacon Burger. Have you ever seen such a... Arby's, we have the meats.
At North Idaho Urology, in partnership with Cancer Care Northwest, we specialize in advanced prostate cancer care. We are the only practice in North Idaho that has an advanced prostate cancer center with options ranging from surgery, radiation, to medication. Our commitment to innovation means your treatment is effective and focused on advanced prostate cancer. Begin your personalized care journey for advanced prostate cancer with us today.
Elegance, style, quality, custom made for your project. Agalite shower doors and bath enclosures by River City Glass are designed for a lifetime of use. Timeless beauty that speaks for itself with superior quality and exceptional value. Offering exquisite custom wine room enclosures and office room glass, specializing in custom mirrors crafted to fit your space. Producing high-performance glass for every project, residential and commercial. River City Glass.
The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival returns to Pend Oreille County June 15th and 16th. Discover the rich history, folklore, and mystery. From Sasquatch-themed crafts to Bigfoot merchandise, a 5K fun run, and plenty of food. This event is guaranteed to leave you amazed and entertained. Hear from the county's experts about their Bigfoot sightings or sign up for the presenters dinner and talk with them firsthand. The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival. For tickets and information, go to mf-bigfoot.com.
Hot Tub. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2024 inventory.
Friday through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center.
Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. New 2024 inventory. Hot tubs starting at $29.95.
All inventory 40 to 80%
Come
off.
see the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%.
Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery.
We'll even haul away your old hot tub.
Worry-free installation.
18-month interest-free financing.
Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center.
Free admission.
Free parking.
Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Arby's has let other burger joints have their little fun. Playtime is over. The meat professionals will take it from here. Arby's, we have the meats.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Spokane is now in a state of emergency because of rampant drug use and overdoses. This emergency declaration unlocks funding Mayor Lisa Brown says will go to helping people get clean.
One part of her plan is to have Spokane Treatment and Recovery Services, also known as STARS, focus its CAR 50 program specifically in the area of 2nd and Division.
This program provides safe, compassionate transport for individuals under the influence of a substance to an appropriate medical or treatment facility.
Mayor Brown also announced the city is entering into a contract to open the Cannon Street shelter as a temporary crisis shelter. She says people would be connected to treatment and housing services there. For a full breakdown of the mayor's new plan, you can head to KXLY.com.
Well, the mayor also called 2nd and Division a hot spot for drug dealing, and no one knows that better than the businesses who see drug use right outside their windows every single day. Hunter Bertram is live outside of 7-Eleven on 2nd and Division tonight, where he spoke with people earlier today. Hunter.
Yeah, Kirsten, one employee that's worked at this gas station behind me for 10 years tells me he's seen more than 10 people taken by the hands of drugs.
Probably is going to help him for the short term, but not for the long terms.
That was Guam's reaction to hearing the news of this state of emergency declaration. He says the city finally recognizing the issue is fine, but too late.
To be honest, the city already knows the problem. But here it depends on their politician, how they do it.
He's disappointed that it's taken so long for these major measures to be taken, as this area has become
brokenness, hopelessness, there's multiple overdoses almost every day.
On average, Lydia tells me she administers Narcan 4 times a day, hoping to save a life.
It's really hard. Sometimes I've been here, like in this exact spot. I used to sleep up by the U-Haul, so like I feel the pain,
Lydia overdosed 3 times. She struggled with heroin and fentanyl abuse, saying she's alive today because of Narcan and not being alone.
There's so many more resources that are needed. We don't have enough, and we're finally going to be getting people help. Like we do recover. We just need someone to walk with us.
After she heard of this emergency declaration, she says it's hope in a tunnel where most only see their next high.
Lydia also mentioned that this could possibly change the stigma surrounding those who abuse drugs and help them get clean and repay the community like she does by helping those in their worst moments of life. Live in downtown Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Hunter, thank you. We'll get ready to break out the shorts and T-shirts because we have a major warm-up on the way.
Let's send it over to meteorologist Matt Gray and for Chris tonight to see how hot it's going to get.
Oh, and it is going to be toasty, toasty warm. We're talking about a long stretch of 80-degree weather, and it's going to happen pretty soon. Pretty darn soon, especially considering how things have cleared out. You know, we started off pretty gloomy and rainy as we started off the day. Well, things are a whole lot nicer now. We've got the sunshine out in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We're going to be soaking up that sun in the days to come. We've got one little shower that's just to the north of Bonners Ferry. That's moving its way up the Moyet River. So that is going to be kind of the last shower we're going to see for a little while. Here's your wake-up weather for tomorrow. Likely one of the last mornings you'll get to put that cozy sweater on, because by the time we get to this weekend, we're going to be talking about those temperatures that you see, say, at 9 a.m. or later, those middle and upper 50s. Those will be our lows very early in the morning. So it's not just the high temperature that changes, everybody. It's the temperatures throughout the entirety of the day. And we'll start to see that change after tomorrow. So we're waving goodbye to the rain and the wind. And after that cool night, we will be in the 80s. If you don't hit them on Thursday, you're going to get there by Friday. We'll talk about the fastness of the warm-up and how this is all going to affect things as we still need more rain in the inland northwest. All that coming up.
Thank you, Matt. Now to some new developments in a stabbing in the valley on Monday. A woman was arrested for breaking into a trailer and stabbing a man over money he allegedly owed her.
Deputies originally believed this was a disagreement at home that turned violent. They now say that woman broke into the trailer with the help of 2 other suspects. According to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, deputies were called to East First Avenue, south of Sprague, to a trailer park at around 4 a.m. They found a man inside a home suffering from stab wounds. He was sent to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. 36-year-old Katrina Soto is now facing first and second-degree assault charges, as well as a first-degree burglary charge. According to one of the people in the trailer, Soto broke into the trailer with 2 other suspects, yelling at the victim about owing her money and needing to pay her dad. She made her first appearance in court this afternoon. She's being held on a $100,000 bond. Police say this is still an active investigation. Well, roughly 90 6th and 7th graders in Spokane will have to transition to new middle schools next year following Pride Schools' recent decision to close down its middle school.
So Pride Schools is a local free public charter school district, and following the middle school closure, Pride Schools will only have a high school. Marissa Rio tells us how they came to this decision.
As you drive down Sprague, you may have noticed Pride Prep Middle School, a school that offers project-based learning. Students here learn through building and crafts. But because of enrollment issues, come next week, Pride Prep will be closing its doors for good.
With some kind of data dives, things like that, through February, March, April, the district, the board just kind of decided, based on enrollment, that having 6th, 7th, 8th next year just wasn't feasible financially.
Pre-pandemic, roughly 80 to 100 6th grade students would walk the halls of Pride Prep Middle School. But Paige Albright says ever since the pandemic, enrollment has dropped every year. Due to turnover, Pride Schools looks at 6th grade enrollment numbers to make educated guesses on how total enrollment will look like in the next coming years.
When we're sitting in February, March, and we're only looking at 26 graders that have expressed interest, it really just kind of depends on if that's a financial stability, if there's any type of financial stability within that.
This year, the school says it only has about 50 6th graders, roughly half of what it was used to prior to the pandemic. So the only feasible option was to close down Pride Prep, a tough decision they didn't make lightly. And this doesn't only impact the students. The school district will have to lay off some of its staff as well. While some of the middle school teachers are moving to the high school, Paige says between 5 and 7 will be laid off. Pride Schools is now working to help students transition to a new school district.
We hosted a transition night for all of our current 6th and 7th grade families to come to. With Spokane was here, some choice schools were here, some private schools were here, just to kind of give them an opportunity to explore their different options.
Paige says they are actively communicating with families and hope to get all students placed into a new school district by the end of this school year, which is Friday, June 14th. In Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Well, listen up, drivers. Spokane Falls Boulevard will be closing in about half an hour from now.
Yeah.
On Stevens Street to Howard, while crews work to repaint the Pride mural that was vandalized last month. Crews will also be closing Howard from Spokane Falls Boulevard to Main Avenue. Police say someone damaged the Pride mural when they poured an accelerant on it and tried to light it on fire. The city says the repair should be done by Thursday, just in time for the Spokane Pride Parade, which is happening this weekend.
But downtown Spokane is about to come a little more accessible for pedestrians and drivers.
Tomorrow, the Post Street Bridge will reopen after being closed for 5 years. It's been a while. Spokane is also celebrating the completion of the Gorge Loop Trail. So this runs from Riverfront Park through Kendall Yards, down into Highbridge Park, and back up to Main Avenue. Tune into Good Morning Northwest tomorrow to learn how these changes will help travelers and business owners. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez will be live for our first look at the completed project.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
All right, the Seattle Seahawks are nearing the end of OTAs, and the quarterback battle is heating up.
Geno Smith is the front runner, but Sam Howell's making a push for the starting spot.
Yeah, he's not going to make it easy on Geno and just hand him the job, that's for sure. Why the quarterback battle could pay off for the Seahawks once the season starts, and the chances Howell actually could win the job. That's next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by CARD, the Center for Asbestos-Related Diseases.
It's a good day for a drive. Great day for a deal.
Perfection Tire carries a full line of Cooper tires with advanced safety features, warranties, and competitive pricing.
Save even more with Cooper Tire rebates going on now. Nobody beats perfection.
Do you have a storage problem? Wisman Storage Containers is your all-in-one local storage solution. We offer a variety of sizes and provide free delivery within the greater Spokane area. Wisman Storage Containers is your locally owned and family-operated storage solution. Don't just store. Secure your stuff today.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Thanks, Road Warrior.
We get it. It's hard to say goodbye to your car. AutoNation will make it easy. We'll buy your car for top dollar. And with over 25,000 used vehicles available, AutoNation can help you say hello to your next car.
Regular visits to your local Perfection Tire can ensure your car's safety and dependability.
With factory recommended maintenance, you increase your fuel efficiency as well as maintain your vehicle's value.
Nobody beats perfection.
What a catch.
Oh, that's a safe.
Oh. Next, Inside Edition. Imagine going fishing and catching a safe.
Stacks of bills, dude.
And there's $100,000 inside.
It's all hundreds.
Where did it come from?
Oh.
And does he get to keep it? Then, summer concerts in crisis.
Let's go.
It's not just J-Lo canceling her tour. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Welcome back. The Seahawks are in the final week of OTAs, or organized team activities, and the quarterback battle between Geno Smith and Sam Howell continues.
Sports director Julian Minnesota is here in studio now. So Julian, Geno is the front runner, but can Howell actually win the starting role?
Well, he's going to try. We'll give him that at least. If he doesn't win the starting role, he's going to be an important part of this team at least. Other than Smith, Howell is the only quarterback on the roster. Smith has dealt with a number of injuries his entire career, including missing 2 games near the end of last year. So if Smith has to sit out, Howell is the guy, and he can win you some games. He threw 21 touchdowns for the Washington Commanders last season. He also threw 21 interceptions. But Smith is the leader for the job right now. Howell, he's going to make him work for it.
You know, in this league, you know, to be able to play, you got to compete. And that's what I'm willing to do, you know, no matter what the situation is, you know, no matter who the starter is. If I'm the starter, I'm coming to compete every single day.
And the Seahawks will wrap up OTAs on Friday. Now, former Washington State quarterback Ryan Leaf has been named to the 2025 College Football Hall of Fame ballot for the third time. Leaf is arguably the best QB in WSU history, finishing third in the Heisman voting and winning the Pac-10 Offensive Player of the Year in 1997. Now, Leaf's name comes with some controversy, both legally and perception-wise, but the overall former number 2 pick was the most defining college football player, one of them at least, of the 90s. He joins a stacked ballot that includes coaching legends such as Nick Saban and Urban Meyer. The Hall of Fame class will be announced in December. And the Spokane Chiefs announced part of their schedule for next season, and they'll open up against the team that ended their season. The Chiefs will begin the 2024-25 campaign on the road with back-to-back games against the Prince George Cougars. Now, that's going to be September 20th and 21st. The Cougars swept Spokane in the first round of the playoffs back in March. The Chiefs' home opener will be September 28th against the Tri-City Americans. Tickets for the home opener go on sale in August. The full schedule will be announced at a later date. The Chiefs are still searching for their new head coach. They fired previous head coach Ryan Smith last month. And a former Gonzaga soccer player is returning to Spokane, only this time as a pro. Jody Ukekul will join the Spokane Zephyr for their inaugural season. Now, Ukekul played for Gonzaga from 2015 to 2018. Where she competed in all but 5 matches, or at least started in all but 5 matches for the Bulldogs. She racked up 7 goals and was a team captain in her final 2 seasons with the Zags. The Zephyr kickoff on August 17th, right across the street from us at One Spokane Stadium. And for more in-depth sports coverage, you can sign up for our sports newsletter, The Playbook. Every Monday, we give you an inside look into everything Gonzaga, Washington State, and the other big sports topics of today. This will include stories and perspective from on and off the field, and you can sign up for The Playbook. Just head over to our sports page at KXLY.com. We just had a great conversation with WSU Interim Athletic Director Ann McCoy, and that was featured in the Playbook. Talks about conference realignment and the future of the program. So you'll get all that stuff and more when you sign up on our website.
Do it if you haven't already.
And it's fun to see who's going to be on the Zephyr. I'm excited about that.
Really cool to have local players.
Yeah, we're going to be talking to a lot of them more as they come into town and all that stuff.
Very cool. Thanks, Julian.
And we'll be talking about your weather coming up after these commercial messages. A lot more sunshine in the forecast, but you know, it's June. We need some rain. We think about rain in the month of June, especially with those dry summer months on the way. We'll see if there's any around the corner coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hi, I'm Ken, and I'm a lawyer.
I'm Donnie, and I'm not, but I am an advocate.
So am I.
I'm an advocate.
I'm an advocate.
I'm an advocate.
Seriously injured? You deserve justice. You deserve an advocate.
That's us.
All of us.
There's working you. And then there's chill you. Chill you is more carefree and curious, more present, more relaxed, more fun. Chill You is the best you. There you are. Bring back your Chill You with an escape to Coeur d'Alene, the city by the lake. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
Kylie and I are excited to show you the rugged good looks and adventurous spirit of this all-new Subaru Outback.
It has a roomy interior and almost 9 inches of ground clearance that make on- or off-road driving fun.
Plus, Subaru's legendary safety features like symmetrical all-wheel drive and EyeSight driver assist technology.
Visit parkersubaru.com or drop by the dealership to learn about our great selection of vehicles built for adventure, comfort, and safety.
See the Subaru Outback and receive your no-problem customer service at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
The award-winning Spokane Valley Summer Theater presents its 2024 Divine Season 9, Rodgers and Hammerstein's epic romantic classic South Pacific, running June 21st through July 7th. And the most successful rock and roll musical of all time, Buddy, the Buddy Holly story, running July 26th through August 11th. Single and season tickets available now at sbsummertheater.com or call 509-368-7897.
Researching childhood vaccines often feels like this.
When T lymphocytes recognize antigens.
They're lying to us. Vaccines are just another plot to make money.
The most important thing parents should know about vaccines is...
Accept my cookies. Sign up for the newsletter. Sorry. You've reached your free article limit.
there's a simpler way to get answers. Visit vaccinesmartwa.org.
Donnie, what will the advocates do to get our clients justice?
Everything.
And what do they pay if we don't win?
Nothing.
So we give,
Our all.
and the clients pay,
Nothing.
unless we win. Pretty good deal.
Pretty great deal.
Injured? You deserve an advocate.
Save your greed!
All right, welcome back. I feel like all we've been hearing from people the last several weeks is like, when is summer going to get here? When is summer going to get here? I think we have an answer.
Finally, meteorologist Matt Gray is showing us some 90s in the forecast.
It's happening. It's happening right now, and we have a pretty good shot at hitting 90 degrees by Saturday, but we're talking about an extended period of warm weather, not just 4 days, not just 7 days. We're likely talking about the better part of the next 2 weeks are going to be above normal with temperatures, and a good portion of those days will be in the 80s. So, yeah. No surprise here, that white line looks a little bit low, but that's our average high here in early June is about 71 degrees. We're going to go way, way above that by the time we get into the weekend. And remember, it's not just the high temperatures that get warmer as well. If you're opening the windows to cool off the house at night, well, that gets less and less effective the warmer it becomes, unfortunately. Our average lows are in the upper 40s at this point in the year, so we've been a little cool, and we'll stay in the cool side until about Thursday. And then, well, you can see by Saturday with lows in the 50s and 60s, that doesn't really help anybody cool off much at all. We could help you cool off with some clouds and rain, but there's not much of that in the forecast either. We've got a chance for a couple of afternoon showers and storms on Sunday afternoon. Still kind of putting that part of the forecast all together. So for now, just going to leave it at about a 20% chance and just hope that that will rise a little bit over the next couple of days as we dial things in, because we could certainly use more rain. So far, March was below average, April was below average, May was below average. June, we're off to a really great start. We're almost halfway there here, and we're just a few days into the month. But historically here, for the last 10 years, we've only had 1 year where we've gotten 1 inch or more in the month of June. So once again, that would be below average. We've kind of have a history here. And then you can see the bottom drops out for July, August, and September. So really, June rain ends up being pretty important to kind of carry us over as far as we can, keep things nice and happy as we get closer and closer to fire season. Well, like I mentioned before, extended heat likely also means extended dryness, and at least until we get into the middle of the month, we are in the bullseye for drier than average conditions around the Pacific Northwest. Not that anybody's going to be complaining tomorrow. That's going to be something we look at more down the road when the temperatures get hotter. Gotta say, tomorrow looks almost picture perfect. 40s to start, 50s for the morning, and we will get up into the 60s by lunchtime, and we kind of top out in the upper 60s for the afternoon with light southwest winds. So the windy weather we've seen as well is going to be calming down considerably. So a really, really nice day to get outside and enjoy the temperatures, as opposed to figuring out maybe when to avoid the temperatures for some of you. Now, I'm sure there's some of you, I'm sure, are super excited about how warm it's going to be. I'm not going to be one of them, but if that's you, I wish you all the happiness in the world with this forecast.
He's talking to me. Don't worry, I'm the one who's excited. Thanks, Matt. Hey, we're in the middle of graduation season, and in a few months, this recent group of college grads will have to start paying back their federal student loans.
New research shows it's not just younger grads who are struggling with those student loans, though. Millions of older Americans have made costly decisions about student loans that could impede their retirement plans. CNN's Karen Caifa has details on the study and helpful insight for borrowers of all ages.
Various economic downturns at points during the last 2 decades or so prompted some older Americans to go back to school, maybe even change careers. But student loan debt can stay with you or grow without the proper steps. And a new report warns that that debt could actually eventually become a drag on retirement. Student loan debt is typically viewed as an issue facing younger Americans, but new analysis shows a burden on some Americans over age 55 that could clash with retirement security.
It's not what you usually think, that they took out student debt for their children. It's actually for themselves.
Student loans have often been described as good debt, with borrowers taking on loans in the hopes higher education will boost income over time. But a new analysis by the Schwartz Center for Economic Policy Analysis at the New School finds more than 2.2 million Americans over age 55 carrying student loan debt. Teresa Ghilarducci is a professor of economics at the New School and specializes in retirement and older worker issues.
It's only good debt for the young, and it's only good debt if it's a low amount of debt.
Older borrowers tend to see income narrow at retirement age and are more likely to carry other debts like mortgages and car loans than younger workers. Karthik Monikam, author of the New School report, says that can lead to tough choices.
It's likely to affect their retirement ability because they have to either sort of decide between extending their working life and continue to work to repay their debt, or reduce the amount of retirement savings that they may be able to save.
Another potential consequence that could diminish retirement income, Monikam says, delinquent federal student loans can result in garnishment of Social Security benefits. The report also indicates that on average, workers ages 55 to 64 need nearly 11 years to finish repaying their student loans, those payments going out at a crucial time for retirement preparation. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
All right, as we head to a break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's ET's Nashville Week.
Our exclusives with Dierks Bentley, Lauren Alina, and Brian Kelly. Plus,
I'm Drew Scott.
And I'm Jonathan Scott. And we're spilling the ET.
Next, ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Welcome to our annual gathering, the NBA Finals.
Here we go.
At the center of it are two exceptional teams, and yet you're all a part of it. But remember, no one sips the champagne until a champ is crowned.
I mean, I have to have it.
Is this you? Finding something you can't live without, but your card is... Adding your P1FCU MasterCard to your mobile wallet makes checking out easy online and at the register.
Almost there.
Open your free Ascend checking account that comes with tons of great benefits at p1fcu.org/free. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances. Visit neurostimtms.com or call to schedule your free consultation now.
What am I going to tell my dad?
I've got you covered.
I'm going to call SWAT.
Nope.
After an accident like this, we care about getting you back on your feet.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
At America Northwest Plumbing, they do everything from service calls to bathroom remodels to new construction. They can take care of your plumbing solutions no matter what the need. They are dedicated, professional, and dependable. Call or click America Northwest Plumbing today, your one-stop plumbing shop.
As far as I'm considered, Expo 74 saved the downtown area.
Well, I was overwhelmed with the beautification because it was not a pretty area prior to Expo. But opening it up and taking the railroad tracks away, and I couldn't believe the vision of people and their foresight in seeing what could happen. One of my favorite children's books is The Little Engine That Could. And I tell you, Expo reminded me every day that we can.
Travel for Adventures is brought to you in part by Lewis Clark Valley.
Following some breaking news, police in Cheney are searching for a missing 11-month-old Kyrie White. Police say Kyrie may have been taken by 21-year-old Caden White. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to call the police department.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, CEOs are making nearly 200 times more than their workers. We'll tell you why the divide is likely to keep growing. That's tonight at 11.
All right, thanks so much for being with us here on 4 News Now at 6.
Get ready for some heat. It's going to be hot this week. See ya.